Shelley Hoffberg is a clairvoyant, medium, pet psychic, and tarot reader. She does not ask for the details about your life, but primarily relies on her gift of clairvoyance to receive the psychic insights that will be the most helpful to you about your soulmate, relationships, money concerns, and your career path. As a pet psychic, she will receive insights about what your pet or pets want you to know. As a medium, she will connect with your loved ones on the other side. Shelley Hoffberg is the host of the Psychic Horizon radio show, produced by Goldilocks Productions and presented on Blog Talk Radio, Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Shelley brings together the pioneers and visionary teachers to share with you some of the most enlightening knowledge that is out there today, to expand your horizons and open the paths to higher consciousness.
Welcome to the Psychic Horizon Show. I'm your host, Psychic Shelley Hoffberg. And today's special guest is Seth, who will be talking about automatic writing and doing readings for you. And before I bring on Seth, I just want to make some quick announcements that next week, on June 28th, Carl Jung will be my special guest talking about the tarot. And on July 5th, Bill Foss will be my guest talking about the Akashic Records. On July 12th, psychic numerologist Jeremy Ryden will be my guest. He's the author of The Quest Method, Your Intuitive Destiny Guide, and Your Soul Story, How to Create the Life You Always Wanted. And July 26th will be Kirsten Ross talking about animal communication. And on July 19th will be Frank Falcon talking about the tarot. I'm now ready to bring on my guest. I just wanted to let you know on July 7th I'll be at the Healing Key in Long Beach Psychic Fair from 12 to 5. And on July 15th, I'll be at the New Earth Expo from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. I'm now ready to bring on my guest, Steph. Hello, Steph.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I was listening to your guest that's coming up, and the Akashic Records, for one, is a big thing now. So that is a really big thing around awareness and that sort of thing. And how exciting! I'm excited about some of the guests you're bringing on. So I'm sitting over here going, I'm going to tune in then too. So how are you this afternoon, Shelley?
I'm fine. How are you, Seth?
Good, awesome. I'm ready to help people learn a little bit more about automatic writing and to empower themselves to be able to do that. So I'm looking forward to diving into the subject today and empowering your listeners here today.
And Seth, can you tell the callers a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Well, first of all, I like to call our enlightened group the Cuckoo Club, because we're like a little bit of a minority here. But like most of your listeners, I've been waking up spiritually in the last 15 to 20 years, and part of that has been able to see and communicate with angels as an angel medium. So as a result of doing that, I'm also a filmmaker, but my point for being a filmmaker and an actor is conscious filmmaking, because we're here to spread light and to raise the vibration of the planet and help this reality be a reflection of that created it. So I do readings, of course. I do hypnotherapy. I do energy healing, and I have a pack of tools that are here to help me help others to wake up, to heal, and to live their best life ever.
Awesome. And Seth, let's take our first caller, which is area code 781. Hello, 781.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. How
Good,
are you?
good.
And who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
This is Bryn,
Bryn?
in Massachusetts.
Hello, Bryn. And Bryn,
Hi.
what is your question for us today?
Well, I was wondering if I could get a message from the angels, or if you want something more specific, I can ask that.
You actually don't have to be. Shelley, you want me to answer that? Because I have a couple of impressions already.
Yes,
for our
that's
caller.
fine.
Great.
Okay.
The first thing that I want to tell you is that the angels are talking about a lot of changes that are happening around you. And they don't mean that generally, but what they are referring to is that these changes are, I don't want to use disempowering words like unsettling, but they certainly do have a lot of questions attached to them that really need some answers to give you a little bit more peace. I do see you being does that make sense to you? In other words, this is a particularly unsettling time for you at the moment because of changes that you do see and changes that you don't see. It's like, how do I go? Where do I go from here? And I just see a lot of, I see a bit of some endings too, and some of them are bittersweet. Not necessarily all of them are welcomed, but does that make sense to you? Because I feel like some of the changes around you are like being broadsided. And I have to tell you that you're really being guided right now, and a lot of the changes that you're being forced to make are taking you somewhere that you couldn't sort of invent on your own.
Okay.
I do feel that I'm supposed to share with you that the financial concerns that you have around some matters, I do see them addressed. But the funny thing is I feel like there's a couple of steps involved, and I feel like you're going to, how would I say this? I do feel like everything's going to be resolved, but just right now you're sort of hanging out in have faith in the universe land. But do that. I receive a lot of, fun messages that are almost like celebrity quotes from the angels. And one of my favorite ones that I posted on my website that the angels said that I think sums up life is, if you knew how loved, guided, and full of purpose your life is, you would never worry again, meaning that they have your back. So I hope that this helps to give you peace of mind. You can check in on them anytime. Ask for Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. Ask them for help, and we do that by thanking them in advance. Thank you for showing me the way. Or even if the information is a little bit ambiguous still, thank you for giving me peace of mind until the answer appears.
Right. Thank you, Seth. That was very helpful.
You're welcome. Blessings to you.
Seth,
Blessings.
how can Brent get in contact with you?
My website, www.talktomyangels.com. Talktomyangels.com. There is a scheduling link there for appointments, and there's a way to get a hold of me there. It's TALKTO, myangels.com. And there's a little bit more information about me there. Or email me at talktomyangels@gmail.com.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Brent.
Thank you.
We're now going to start our interview with Seth on automatic writing, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 480. What exactly is automatic writing, Seth?
Well, Shelley, automatic writing is also called psychography. So it's the ability to write words without doing so consciously. So if you make a shopping list, for example, like I'm going to pick up celery and peanut butter and raisins, or whatever, you're doing so consciously. You're thinking about something. But when you're doing automatic writings, the words are actually coming from the subconscious area rather than the conscious mind. So the words, they almost kind of surprise you as they're going on the paper. So the subconscious mind is basically, ultimately, as you know, connected to our higher self, and our higher self is one with the universe. So when we do that, we're literally capturing messages from the universe. And it is so easy to learn how to do this. And, it's one thing to know that we can speak to the universe, but the really amazing and empowering aspect is getting ourselves into a position where we're able to receive messages from the universe. And this is a way that we can receive messages direct from Source, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it.
Awesome. Let's take our next caller, Seth, which is area code 480. Hello, 480.
Hello, this is Mike in California.
Hello, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi. My question is, next Friday, I'm moving to Las Vegas and looking to get a cheaper rent and so forth. I want to kind of see what you feel about that move, as well as I've hired someone to drive and move my stuff with myself and my dog, and I just wanted to make sure that everything will go smoothly on that Friday.
You want me to take this one, Shelley?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Mike, first of all, you're going to Las Vegas for more than just cheaper rent. I feel like there are opportunities that are waiting for you that are even ones that you're not aware of yet. And that's the exciting part, because this is an adventure. The one thing about going there is that there's a little bit of I kind of want to stay here where I'm at, but it doesn't make sense for me to do that. Does that make sense to you? In other words, if you were to win the lottery, you may not necessarily be making this choice. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, it's funny, because how when you finally let go and surrender,
yep.
Everything starts to happen, and because I put in that mindset that I'm moving, now all of a sudden California was
the pieces are coming
to meet people, and the money, and now it's just I don't care, so therefore now it's all flooding in. I'm going, oh, son of a gun.
Yeah, well, you're in alignment, and this is what happened, first of all, because a lot of the events that led up to you making this decision, or basically the decision being illuminated for you, a lot of the things that led up to that was some difficult moments, and instead of being, the victim in this case, you decided to open up and say, all right, universe, what is it that you want me to do? And there's where you received the idea. Initially, the idea that I feel it came through, it was like, oh, really? You want me to do that? And it was kind of like, okay, well, if that's what I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do. All right, got it. And now it's opening up. Just being back in that bliss that is exciting, because this is about inspiring you again. Because the weird thing that I do see is that, you're going to go there, you can get a job, you're going to do all that, but it's not about that. You're going to be on an adventure, and that adventure is going to open up the wheels of inspiration. It's going to really fill you with the wonderment of being. The angels always say that we should, the most important thing that we have in our life is time. So when you go to bed at night and you say, how many enchanting moments did I have? That is the inventory of what you have. It doesn't matter if you have a Ferrari, doesn't matter how big your house is, doesn't matter any of that other stuff. The most important thing when we go to bed at night is say, did I have fun living today? And that's going to be restored for you, because it's going to be an adventure. But the one thing I'm going to tell you, first of all, Doggy's going to be okay, moving's going to be okay. It's not going to be a magic carpet ride just because that's how these things go. Thank Archangel Gabriel in advance for guiding you. And I'm understanding you'll get to the other end, and because this is where you're supposed to be. And to alleviate the fear about what will take place, just remember that you're meant to do this. So that means all those other details have to work out all right. And when you think about this, when you get to the other end, there are new opportunities that will be presenting themselves through your inspiration, and it's really going to move you forward in your creative. I don't know why, but I feel a real entrepreneur spirit in you. But I also feel a need and a desire to give back to humanity, and I feel like that's what's going to be that ability to be able to create your own opportunities and to give back is also going to come as far as playing into your life through ideas that you're going to get after you get yourself settled in.
No, that's exactly it. Ever since I've gotten to California, there's been no inspiration, and I am going to launch my spiritual business and get back into commercial finance. So again, you're absolutely point on.
Right on.
You hit
That's not me. It's them.
Every nail on the head.
No, that's them. They're so spot on. Of course, they love you to pieces. So be sure to take a moment. One of the things that they always say, and this is to every listener, because obviously every listener gets to hear themselves in your situation. But what's funny is that the angels say, when you fill your entire being with divine love, you are magically charged. So if you take a moment and forget about all your cares and worries in the world, and you decide to just breathe in and say, I love you, Holy Spirit, I love you, universe, the universe will fill you with that energy. And when you're charged, just like you are now for this trip, next thing you know, bing, bang, boom, synchronicity, miracles abound. And that's where we really like to be. Good luck on this. I don't even have to say this because it's going to be really well. But I love the work. I don't see it specifically, but I love the people, the way that you're going to touch people's lives from doing what you're going to do. And you're going to be a light bearer there in Vegas. The angels want you to remember that you're here to spread the light, but not be, you're not, and I'm glad you're doing stuff with the finances and all that other good stuff, because you're meant to have the balance and be in the real world and the spiritual world as well. So, as we say, as a human being, good luck with that, but you know what? Have fun with it.
Yes. Awesome. Amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mike, I feel that you're going to do well financially with your spiritual business. I feel you're a healer, and I feel that you're going to do well with your commercial finances. And your dog's going to really love it there. You're going to have a good-sized apartment, and I feel that you're going to make friends in the building that you're going to be moving into, the apartment building, that it's a good apartment building. The people there are very friendly. And it looks like you're going to get into a relationship coming up in August, that you're going to meet someone and get into a relationship. So there's the door is open to new opportunities for you, as a result of your move, a new girlfriend, and restarting your career, and making new friends. And Seth, how can Mike get a hold of you?
Talk to myangels.com or talk to myangels@gmail.com.
And you could get a hold of me, Mike, at 818-744-5241, or go to PsychicHorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show, Mike.
Thank you both.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm now going to continue my interview with Seth on automatic writing, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 415. How did you discover automatic writing, Seth?
Well, Shelley, what happened was I started talking to the angels first. So for whatever reason, I was able to hear and see the angels. I actually called them in a very difficult moment. And then when that happened, what I did was I innately, and that's the key word that I want to use, I innately started doing psychography, which is the automatic writing. And that's what most people that will tell you that they do automatic writing will tell you that they were never taught how to do that. And the reason I say that for the listener is because technically, having never been taught, it helps us to draw from an innate talent inside of us. And that way we don't have to try so hard, and it will come naturally. So what I did was I took out a journal one time, and I decided that I would write. And it's kind of like priming the well. Dear Archangel Michael, thank you for a beautiful day. I really appreciated, that person that I encountered or whatever. And next thing I know, there was a point where it stopped being me talking to the angels to a point where all of a sudden everything that I wrote down, it was the messages from the angels being channeled through me, through my subconscious mind. And so having the guides and all of that, whether we do or don't, it's literally just putting down the thoughts that are coming through our mind. And that is how I discovered how to do automatic writing.
Awesome. Well, let's take our next caller, Seth, which is 415. Hello, 415.
Hello, this is Anne.
Hello, Anne.
Hello, Anne.
Hi. I was up almost all night last night. I woke up about 3 a.m. and I often wake up about 3 a.m. But I was wondering if the solstice energies, if there was anything stronger about the solstice energy, and what's just going on with me waking up at 3 a.m. in general.
There's a lot of people that are waking up in the middle of the night right now, and there's a lot of transformation going on. One of the things when I'm getting in my readings a lot are people talking about getting up in the middle of the night every night, and I myself have been doing that. There's a lot of transformation that is happening. With you specifically also, you're on a path of, and the best way I could say it is you're on a path of healing that has to do with forgiveness. You've really been alerted to letting go of some of the things that have happened in your life. Specifically, I see somebody who your involvement with them ended up costing you a great amount of money and heartache. And and so your subconscious or your higher self that ends up creating a subconscious block ultimately that creates a separation between you and the abundance that you deserve. Not a complete one, but it separates you from it to the extent you're ready to walk into a more abundant life. And part of that is actually letting go of a subconscious block that was created in that scenario. And I see it. It's very interesting because I see you crying on a porch or a stoop or something like that, which is symbolic of tears being shed in that. But it's also, when I see the stairs that you're sitting on, I know that you're ascending in the process because you were obviously aware of it at the time. The other thing is that I feel that you're letting go of the whatever that situation is, and you're going through a complete forgiveness aspect of that and other situations, so that you basically really just open up the floodgates of living the life that you want to live. So I feel very happy to see what I see for you coming up. Good. Because you can ask Archangel Raphael and Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Michael, if you like, to assist you through letting go of whatever is still inside that is that's creating a sort of an attachment to that. So blessings to you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, you're my pleasure.
And I feel that you're going to get into a new relationship. I don't feel that you're happy with the relationship that you have. And so you're going to be meeting somebody new in July or August, and that's going to be your soulmate. You're going to have a soulmate relationship or twin flame. I do feel that you're very creative and you're going to start doing a lot of creative things, that you have a lot of creative energy and you're creative. And I feel that your guides are waking you up at 3 a.m. because they want to communicate with you. So when you wake up, you should meditate and write it down, whatever you get in your meditation, because your guides want to meditate with you. And I feel that you're very spiritual, that you're very intuitive, and that you're psychic, that you do have strong psychic abilities. And this would be a good year to develop your psychic abilities and to explore your creativity. And Seth, how can Anne get in contact with you?
You can find me at talktomyangels.com, or you can email me at talktomyangels@gmail.com. Nice to meet you.
Great. Can you ask the guides not to wake you up at 3 a.m.? I mean, I would rather. I have the free will, don't I, to say wake me up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. but it ruins my whole day. I mean, can't I adjust the time of the messages?
Yeah, the one thing you can do is definitely you can ask that, but you can also ask by alternative. If you're going to wake me up in the middle of the night, will you fill me with energy to compensate? And they can do that too.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then
the other side.
Then what happens is for lack of a better word, and I don't mean it to be this strongly, then when we no longer have the resentment for being awakened by them,
yeah, you're right.
then that stops draining us as well.
Oh yeah, because that keeps me up longer. Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I know. Great. Well, great. Well,
okay.
Blessings to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in.
Thanks so much.
I'm now going to continue my interview on automatic writing with Steph, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 610-610. Why would someone want to do automatic writing, Seth?
Oh, good question. Well, there's actually a few reasons. First of all, one, it's the gateway to the rest of our psychic gifts. So we can start with automatic writing, and the next thing you know, it actually starts jarring open clairsentience, which is the ability to feel when something's right or wrong, or correct or not correct. We awaken clairvoyance, which is then our third eye, which is our ability to see images that speak to us and communicate with us. And it really is an amazing way to get messages of guidance, etc., from the universe with specificity. And it's a really good one for people who are afraid to connect with their spirit guides and angels. And what I mean by that is I've talked to people who say, oh, that's really great that you speak to the angels. An angel came to me one time and I was afraid, and I haven't seen one since then. Now, I mean, I bless everyone for different views and viewpoints and all that. I don't know what to be afraid of an angel, but some people are afraid to actually experience their guides and their angels. And so automatic writing is one way to communicate with them without being afraid by their presence. And it definitely is a way of getting some specific information from your higher self through the subconscious. So let's say you're like the second caller that we had that was thinking about going to Las Vegas. You know, there's a way that you could actually, let's say, go, well, what do you want me to do, universe? And suddenly you start writing down, move to Vegas with your dog and move your business that way or whatever. You start getting these ideas. It's almost like giving yourself a psychic reading.
Awesome. Let's take our next caller, Seth, which is area code 610. Hello, 610. Hello, 610. Hello. Hello, are you there? Let's take 805. Hello, 805. 805.
Hello.
Who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
This is Donna from California. Hi.
Hello,
Hi,
Donna.
Seth.
Hi.
Hi. Seth, my question for you is I have a housing appointment. I'm low income, and they have appointments every year, and they go over my checking account balances for the last 6 months and everything. Is everything going to go okay?
First of all, it's funny. I think everything's going to go okay, but I also feel a sense that you're being moved through a series of events that's actually going to take you out of that low income aspect or needing help. So, I'm more overwhelmed with the idea that there are events. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you is that these events may show up and be a little difficult. And that's okay. You can ask your angels for help and guidance through that. But I see something changing that's taking you from needing to utilize this aspect. I see something that's taking you to a place where you are your own, you're managing your own destiny with your finances, and you're allowing the universe to bless you with the resources that would allow you to live in abundance, the abundance that the universe wants you to live in. One of the things that the angels always say to me, and it's funny because I deal with a lot of light workers as well, and I do feel that you are one. In other words, you're rapidly spiritually evolving. Does that make sense? And
yes.
And as a result of this, that spiritual involvement is taking you to a connection. And angels say, how can you be more deeply connected to the Holy Spirit and be less abundant? It's impossible, right? It's impossible to be more connected to God and more broke. That's impossible, right? So this deepening of this connection is actually getting you to a place where you're going to find yourself with an idea that is going to catch on fire, okay? And as a result, I mean that figuratively, like in a good way, but it's literally going to catch on fire, and it's going to take you into a whole different place. I don't know why, but I feel like there are kids around you as well. Are kids in this situation? Children?
Say that again, Beth? I didn't get the last sentence.
I said, are there children in the situation too?
No kids.
Okay, because I see kids around you, and I don't know why. So that could be you work with them, or that they're coming into your life.
My nieces and nephews I'm very close to. I'm very close to my nieces and nephews.
Okay. Well, it's interesting because you can charge that with love. I do see you moving into a space of greater abundance. Like I get that this is going to be okay, but I also get you stepping into a place of greater abundance than this.
Oh.
And I want you to take some time in your meditation to feel what it feels like to feel rich and to charge your entire body with it. Not from the ego sense, but just it feels contracting, doesn't it, to go have an appointment with these people who treat you like something's wrong with you or whatever. You know what I mean? It's very contracting to have to go through this experience. I want you to feel expansive when you can, and that way you can really let that abundance in.
Oh, wonderful. Wow, I'm excited about that because my mom's on the other side, and I'm a little bit of a medium, and I had 2 dreams with her, and each dream on different nights we're celebrating with such joy and happiness. And then I actually heard her say to me, her voice say to me, she came in as a spirit and said, you're going to be rewarded. So I do feel like abundance is coming into my life.
Oh, 100%. Okay? 100%. And one of the things that I do is I do a hypnosis, and I do it like via Skype and FaceTime or whatever, which actually helps people remove the blocks. But technically, what ends up happening is, and you can ask your angels for help with that as well, is that somehow or another there is a belief in there that whether money's difficult or something like that, and that belief needs to be changed with a more empowering with, I am connected to Source, and Source is the source of all things. Whatever it is, to actually reshift your belief. The interesting thing is the minute that you substitute a disempowering subconscious belief with an empowering one, your whole reality shifts because it is a mirror of what's going on inside. So keep that in mind as you do your work. And what your mom said to you, that that is not a figment of your imagination. That is 100% accurate.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad I talked to you.
It's interesting, Donna, that Seth was picking up children, because I actually saw you working with children. I actually think you're going to get a part-time job working with kids. And I feel that you're very close to family, and that with summer coming up and the holidays coming up, you're going to be spending a lot of time with your family. And I feel that there's going to be a short trip, a 2 or 3 day trip, that you're going to be invited somewhere and that you're going to take a trip. And I feel that you have pets. Do you have a dog?
No, but I'm around my sister's dog a lot and my brother's dogs, and I wanted a pet. There was a dog I wanted that my brother was going to give me, a little Shih Tzu, but the apartment building said no pets.
Oh, too bad. Because the pets really love you. Animals and kids love you.
Yeah. They kind of go to me. You're right.
I feel you're going to move in the future. And
Okay.
you are going to get that Shih Tzu when you move. You're going to move to a place that allows pets. That Shih Tzu would be a good companionship for you.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So
I'd
you're
like
going to be
that.
moving.
Oh, okay. I hope
And
it's not right
you're-
away.
No, it's not right away. It's going to be within a few months.
Okay.
And Seth, how can Donna get in contact with you?
Yeah, Donna, I'm at talktomyangels.com or talktomyangels@gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
I'm
Thank
at
you, too.
818-744-5241. And my phone number is, and my website is psychichorizon.com. And
Great.
thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon
Thank
show
you.
today, Donna.
Thank you very much, both of you. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. I'm now going to continue my interview on automatic writing with Seth, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is Carolyn, area code 818. What sort of information can you use automatic writing to obtain?
That's a good question, Shelley. First of all, guidance and direction. We find ourselves, a lot of us, in a period of heavy transformation. Would you agree? A lot of transformation is happening on the planet, and because we're part of the architecture of the planet, there's a lot of transformation happening with us individually, and those two are related. Now, what's interesting is because there's so much transformation and we're being guided into areas that we didn't foresee, we can use automatic writing to garner guidance. I've, for example, received things like call this person, or go do that thing, or go sign up for that class, or go do whatever. And every time I've taken the guidance that I've received through the automatic writing, huge miracles were connected to that. The other thing we can do is finding our purpose. And one of the things I want to say about finding our purpose is our purpose is usually more simple than what we make it, because when we stop looking for it, then all of the facts sort of reveal themselves. So in automatic writing, it can say, remember, one of the things you love to do is travel. Okay, well then travel might be connected to my purpose. One of the things that you love to do is to have a heightened level of relationships with people. Well, then that must be part of it too. And we start putting together the pieces of it. So finding our purpose, what is our thing? We start to write it down. When we receive the information from the subconscious mind, it's stuff that our mind won't allow in, which is sort of how we do our work, Shelley. When we do psychic work, is we actually put our critical thinking mind aside and we say, how can I serve this person? And all of a sudden the thoughts that our mind wouldn't normally allow, become part of the reading, and then they're authentic. And, one of the other things I want to address when we're talking about obtaining guidance and information from automatic writing, there's a big difference between like going to automatic writing and saying, what's the lottery numbers, or, something that's like an ego desire, and going there and finding like our heart's desires. Is that we want to use automatic writing to go be like, okay, what's tomorrow's lottery numbers? It's like, no. We want to find our purpose and our guidance. We want to figure out how to forgive somebody. We want to get guidance about whatever. Shelley, one of the times there was someone that really came in my life, and when someone comes in and then there's a conflict or whatever, the first thing I do is turn to forgiveness, because I've learned it's a very valuable thing. And I took this person to automatic writing. I'm like, I'm having such a problem forgiving this person. And I brought it into my automatic writing, and all of a sudden I started writing down aspects of this person's life that happened in his childhood. And I went, oh my gosh, knowing the abuse from the father, knowing all of that actually made my heart just gush out and just completely forgive that person. And I'll tell you, I found out literally within a couple of days that information was authentic. So we can take those kinds of things into automatic writing and ask, and just literally just get the guidance.
Awesome. that's good that you were able to get the understanding and knowledge of what that person went through.
And to have it authenticated is always a really nice thing as well.
Yes. Well, let's take our next caller, Seth, which is Carolyn, area code 818. Hello, Carolyn.
Hello. Hi, Shelley, and hi, Seth.
Hi.
Hi. My question is, can I get a message from one of the angels?
You sure can. So the big thing that they want to talk about is perspective with you. And it's very interesting because this is new for you in a certain way, where you've actually started to open your mind to see things very differently. And with that, what's actually occurring is things that would normally rattle your cage, you're starting to feel a lot of peace around. And that is actually going to increase. They show me that you have this great big heart, but you have an equal amount of drive to protect that big heart. And the thing that you're really wanting to do is to be able to feel safe, to lift up that wall, to let that wall down and let people in. And I don't see it just as a one, significant, one, lovey-dovey, kind of relationship. I see a lot of people that you want to be closer to. And in some ways you feel a little bit slighted by the fact that they're not communicative, that they're not reaching out. You're the one reaching out to them, that sort of thing. Does that make sense to you? You feel like you're doing all the work. And the one thing that you want is more interaction with these people. And I feel like this level of perception or this perspective that's shifting and changing for you is actually giving you that back. So keep following, as E.T. would do, the trail of Reese's Pieces. Probably dating myself by saying that. Hopefully everybody's seen E.T. But keep following the trail that's being set in front of you, because what's going to happen is you're going to find an increased level of love in your life, just love from all the people that are already in it.
Oh, okay.
And maybe some newcomers as well. Some newcomers.
Oh.
But I just feel like a nice flow of energy there.
Oh, okay. That's a nice message. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Shelley, you get a message from me?
I'm getting a message from your mother, and she's saying that she knows that you're dealing with a lot of health issues, but come September, October, you're going to feel better. You're going to start healing. Your body is going to start to heal itself, and you're going to feel a lot better. Your thyroid is going to heal. So you're not going to have the problems that the thyroid is giving you now. And your father is coming through, and he says that there may be a move either by the end of the year or early next year. Anytime between July and March, he's saying you're going to move. So you are going to end up moving. Okay. And Steph, how can Carolyn get in contact with you?
Thank you. talktomyangels.com or talktomyangels@gmail.com.
Thank you both. Have a great day.
And thank you for calling, Carolyn.
Thank you. You too, sweetie. Thank you.
And I'm now going to continue my interview on automatic writing with Seth. And then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 347. Seth, what would you say to someone who wants to learn automatic writing?
Oh, well, first of all, Shelley, the one thing is that it's easier than you think. We've always seen, the nature shows where the turtles get out of they get out of the eggs and they just automatically know to head toward the ocean. It's because it's innate in them. And being able to receive messages from source is innate in us. But we've been programmed backwards into actually being sort of corralled into our critical mind or our left brain or seduced into that aspect of being. But when we start automatic writing, it's actually easier than you think. So the less effort that we put into it, the more accessible the skill becomes and the information. But the key is in accessing the subconscious. So it's important that we go through meditation or hypnosis, whatever we can to get out of the mind and to get into the subconscious mind. And so fear blocks the information. So as you know from doing readings, a lot of times people will come to us because they're keyed up in fear because the situation is happening. Well, in those moments, they can't get the information from their subconscious mind because fear puts us in lockdown from the other side, locks us in left brain. So the most important thing is any right brain activity, like something creative, listening to music with binaural beats, like the 528 megahertz that you'll see on YouTube, the 432 megahertz. You can YouTube all kinds of, nothing would be better than to YouTube some of these 533 megahertz or 432 megahertz, the miracle frequency, and listen to those tones. And the binaural beats put you in a theta brainwave state, or at least an alpha brainwave state, where you're there and ready to receive, and then you can start your writing. And also, people are always amazed to find out the reasons that typical psychics or spiritual activity lights candle is because candles, like light, like fire, like a fire pit or a fireplace, it also seduces us into the alpha brainwave state. Fire and flame does the same thing. That's why staring into a flame. So sometimes you could launch up, a 533 megahertz on YouTube, light a candle, sort of stare into that flame, let your thoughts go, melt into that place of well-being, and then whatever comes through, just start writing it down. And once you start writing it down, then more will come, and then you write it down, and next thing you know, you've turned on the faucet.
Let's take our next caller, Seth, which is area code 347, and thank you for sharing the information. 347, hello.
Hi, this is Katie.
Hello, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I have been trying to find a job, and I've been looking. I have a JD, but I didn't pass the bar yet, and I've been looking for like paralegal positions, and I just haven't really had any luck, and I've been doing like odd temp jobs, and I'm just wondering, should I stop looking? I don't know where I should be looking. I don't know what to do. Like, why am I not attracting what I want?
Well, first of all, because those first you are attracting what you want. But here's the thing: you're sending out resumes for these other jobs, but what you really want to do is be an attorney, and that's what I see you doing ultimately. Yeah, and so these other jobs, you're pointing your compass too low, and the reason why we do that is because we're still in the process of overcoming a limiting belief in ourselves. And the angels can help you to heal that. Okay? The reason why you're not getting these jobs is because they aren't what you want. It's what you think you want because, of course, we, out of fear to pay the bills and all that. Trust me, I've heard it 1,000 times. You got to pay the bills. But you know what the angels say, my love? They say, you didn't come here to go to the dry cleaners and pay the bank their 24% interest. You came here to have experiences and grow spiritually, which means that when our divine purpose, and in this case yours, is to be an attorney, your purpose for being an attorney is that you want to help other people. And there are other people that you will help as a result of your passion, your soul's purpose. And you're already on a course to be at that intersection with these people at some point. But you see, there's a couple of mountains that you have to climb. So rather than just putting yourself through the frustrating experience of applying for a job that you don't really want, just ask for help climbing these mountains. Then you'll have your bar license, and then what I see is that it looks like you're going to get, I do feel that someone's going to ask you to join a firm. And I feel like it's one of the partners or your contact is a woman. So I feel like there's somebody that you know or you will meet. It's feminine energy. I'm very sure it's a woman, but that could also be like a guy who's in touch with his feminine side or something. But I'm very sure it's a woman who comes along and invites you to join the firm, where you're going to be able to take cases as an attorney, and you're also going to be able to help people. But it seems like this woman character, this person that I see, is a mentor for you that helps get you going, and from there it takes off from there.
Okay, because I didn't pass the bar twice, and I'm taking it again in July, and I hope to pass it. I thought I passed last time, but I didn't.
You know, I know, but here's the thing that's preventing you from passing. Are you ready for this?
Oh, please tell me. Yes.
And you know, I actually do hypnosis for people who are about to go to a test where we discover where it is. But you see, here's the thing. When your job that you're about to do is a higher status than what you come from. And your motive is pure. You want to help people. But you actually went to more college than your parents and your family. And there is a piece of you that feels that you don't deserve this, that the success you can't possibly imagine. So you may think that you've gone into a test and missed the answers. But what really took place there is a subconscious block that had everything to do with the fact that you can't see yourself as a high-power attorney assisting other people.
Or I can't see myself as rich, period.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
And so you know, what you need to, what I would suggest that you do is do something about that. Because before you go on to this test, I want you to go, whenever you can, go look at model homes that are way outside of your price range. Go on a car lot of like a BMW or Mercedes and visualize yourself in that car. And actually, the weird part is that when we're surrounded by opulence, we couldn't feel any more like ourselves because our soul is perfect and abundant. Okay?
Yes.
And so it is that fear of abundance and fear of success that keeps sabotaging you from passing. And the universe is like, no, sweetheart. I have amazing blessings lined up for you, and you're not going to take that sort of that path of like covering yourself and going, okay, I'm going to sheepishly go this way. Okay, you got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, sorry. There's a horn blowing.
Thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show.
Thank you.
I want to thank Steph for being my special guest today on the Psychic Horizon Show, who'll be back in the future. I wanted to thank Tiffany White, Sage Woman of Goldilocks Productions, for producing the Psychic Horizon Show. And I want to thank all the callers who participated in the Psychic Horizon Show. Thank you for being a guest, Steph.
I want to say thank you to you, Shelley. This was a lot of fun and fun to touch people's lives. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, and have a good weekend.
You too. Bye, Shelley.
All right, bye-bye.